So if you did do late game defense, are you putting him in center and moving Marsh over somewhere?
I would think so at this point. Yeah.
And you got lefties the next 2 days. Could Pache start one of those games?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
How do you balance that with, typically if you have a veteran guy who's a defensive replacement or a pinch runner type, you got a 24-year-old kid who you're trying to unlock something of his bat, how do you balance getting those reps and making sure you're not stunting any progress he is making?
Yeah, I think at this point, I probably wouldn't defend for one of our guys late with him. We'll probably start him tomorrow, and that's where I'd like to start.
Okay.
And then, then we'll go from there.
So I guess like to the bigger point, like it's like he has strides to make in his offensive game, but if he's not getting he's obviously not going to get every day at bats. Like how hard is it to make those adjustments or improve your offensive game when you're not going to get? You might get very sporadic.
I think it's a little more difficult. Yeah. Absolutely. But with the curveball machine, the high velo machine, the hit tracks machine, I think we can simulate a lot of things.
You mentioned that Kevin wanted to make some tweaks to his swing. What was your report back as Kevin after seeing him?
I haven't talked to Kevin. Yeah, today was the first day, and Kevin's been in the cage ever since he got off the bus. So I'll talk to him after.
So you already have in your mind, I know you won't tell me, and that's fine, but you have in your mind how you're going to handle the back-to-back lefties. Like you have your lineups kind of in mind.
Yeah, I have
how
tomorrow's for sure.
Okay.
We may have to make an adjustment from there, but
it's different lefties though too, right? Because Perez is like a little more even than Cortez, right?
Yes. Yeah. Cortez is a little bit more traditional than Perez is a little more even.
Right, and I guess what I'm getting at is that you're not.
Lodolo's another level.
Oh, right, that's right. I guess what I'm getting at is that you're not necessarily just making decisions because, there's a lefty on the mound. That means my left-handed hitters can't play. It's more. It's more about the type of lefty or the type of pitches he throws. How do you
balance that out too? Yeah.
Okay.
Some guy might be a curveball guy, and one of our lefties hits curveballs better than sliders. That type of thing.
Okay.
Is there anything new on Ranger?
Ranger is throwing a pen today.
Oh.
Yeah, let me get it right. No. Pen yesterday, again pen on Monday.
It felt good yesterday?
Felt good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is he kind of nearing, if that goes well on Monday, a rehab stint or what happens?
No, we'd probably do a BP first.
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure he's right. Yeah. I've got all the S's mixed up. Sanchez is throwing 2 innings today in Clearwater. Song is throwing bullpen today.
Oh, Song's on a mount?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nelson threw a bullpen yesterday. He's going to throw another bullpen Monday.
Is Sanchez still in Florida? He's doing those 2 innings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Nelson. Did I say Nelson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nelson's tomorrow?
No, he threw bullpen yesterday. He's going to throw another one on Monday.
So, where are you at with back to the lefty hitting? Where are you at with Stott and Marsh? Are they in your mind? Are they quote unquote everyday guys, or do you still think you need to protect them against lefties early on?
I think against certain lefties because we have the availability of a guy like Sosa and a guy like Harrison. If we didn't have those guys, I'd have no problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What type of lefties do you want to protect them against, I guess?
Tough lefties.
So Martin Perez would count as that?
Yeah, I think the 3 lefties we're getting in the next week are all pretty tough. And Perez is always thrown well against us. Cortez is a little bit more traditional than Perez, and Lodolo is really tough on lefties. So.
And we could see Bohm at first base a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think about his first base work? How he profiles over there?
I think he's very comfortable over there.
Okay.
And I sort of view it as like a half day off.
Well, just curious your impressions from of the Texas Rangers from afar, and then now seeing them up close here in Texas.
They're a much better club. They've improved their pitching, obviously. they swung the bats pretty well on Thursday. So, and I thought they were a good club last year, but now that they've got this, they got DeGrom and Valdi, and so they've improved their starting rotation, no doubt.
And I know he's going to be out for a while, but how important is a guy like Bryce Harper for the game of baseball?
Well, I think he's huge. He's one of the biggest stars in the game. He's huge for us, but the business as a whole is huge. You don't want to lose those superstars.
Plan to build out strong over his next few starts. Is he going to be on a strict pitch count? Is he increasing rapidly? Or?
Yeah, I forget where we're at when we're throwing against the Yankees, but I think we're up like 65 pitches, 70 pitches, something like that.
And do you keep building him, or is there a ceiling for him? Because
We'll
he's not really.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't think there's a problem with building him, but I'll talk to Cable about it, and I'll talk to Stromey about it too after his next start, see where he's at.
And Nola kind of said to us after the game that he was feeling the clock a little bit, that things just kind of got a little out of control. What, if anything, have you guys talked about, or can you do to maybe make that a little better?
The only thing we can do really is to simulate his next bullpen and put a clock out there. And it might not be the entire bullpen we simulate, but maybe part of that bullpen we simulate.
Okay. It's hard to simulate because like spring training, you're trying to get him to feel it, but it's like 39,000. It's opening day. It's hard to simulate, right?
Yeah, it is. And it's another intensity level that you're at now. So everybody sort of got used to it during spring training, and by the end of spring training, the spring training games, they were used to it. Now it's going to take a couple of games probably to get used to this intensity.
Because when he would throw over to first base like 3 or 4 times in an AP, I mean, that was that one of his ways of just sort of like collecting himself sometimes?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think he knows that he doesn't slide step much, and he's slow to the plate, or slower to the plate. So he wants to make sure he's controlling the running game as best he can.
Sure. Okay.
Have you spoken to Bryce since his surgery?
I have not, but he's doing well.